Alright, hopefully this doesn't die immediately. Let's do that. There we go. Link. God. Come on, like, why? Hey, Gravity. Welcome, welcome. I'm just sharing the stream. How's your day been? It's been pretty good. Not gonna lie, I've been honestly not doing too much. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm on like the verge of sneezing. Made a community post for the stream as well. Hopefully new people show up. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Poised. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's put some stuff in there. All right. There may or may not be frame dropping issues. I still haven't been able to resolve that yet. Um, so we'll see how things go. But yeah, I gave up on the stream earlier because I was basically just sitting around like with Green Patriot in the stream, like just yeah, it was just him. And for a stream like this, it would be nice to have more than just one person here. So hey, Twinkle, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm going to quickly close my shades and then we'll give it a couple more minutes. Hello, Catman29. Planning on doing another playthrough of Brilliant Diamond as the only Pokemon game I played all the way through about a year ago. Uh, wait, hold on. Oh, very nice. Yeah, best of luck going through Brilliant Diamond again. Yeah, because like that game is like deceptively difficult. All right, I'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started with the tier list. Um, so the tier list is gonna be pretty small. Um, but the thing is, this is actually like a lot of games for me. So we'll go through each one. I have some categories. I get quote unquote categories for these games, so I'll be going through that. Just give me 1 second. Hey, empathetic. Yeah, I haven't played Lethal Company because I can't justify spending money on a game that I'm probably not going to be playing that much. So that's the reason for that. Okay, I was gonna pull up something. I completely forgot what. Oh wait, hold on. I just remembered. It's not gonna be something for you guys to see. I just wanted to check on something. All right, well, thank you, but that I appreciate it. Hey, Somber Turtle. Best game is Fallout New Vegas. End of tier list. Hey, Gear Boy. Okay, so okay, yeah, we can probably start now. Uh, yes, yes, do the things. Do the YouTube things. All right. Okay. So basically, with this tier list, these are all games that I've put a decent amount of time into this year. So some of these aren't games that specifically came out this year, but they're games that I spent a good amount of time with over the course of this year. Um, so that's the premise of this tier list. So like for example, you can see Modern Warfare 2 is on here, even though that released last year. Hey, Alistair. Destiny's on here. Pokemon, Sekiro. Um, oh, the gang's all here. Awesome. All right. Hey, hey. God, I see your Josh. I see your name. I see it as Matsuki, but like it's like clashing in my head. Uh, hey Matt. Building a new PC. In a new case for the past 4 hours. Very nice. Hey, welcome back, Green Patriot. I apologize for earlier. All right, cool, cool. Things are happening. Oh yeah, so you'll see some older games on here, but that's basically the premise of the tier list. They're games that I played this year that didn't necessarily have to come out this year. Um, it's about 36 cents. I'll take what I can get. Okay, so for the first category of games, there's four of them, which is the first four here. Um, they're basically games that came out prior to 2023, but sort of so they were things that I was playing prior to 2023 that rolled over into this year. So there's World of Warcraft, there's Modern Warfare 2, Destiny 2, and then Scarlet and Violet for Pokemon. Hey Bakatron, hey Blup, or is it Bloop? Blup or Bloop? Uh, you drop a $10 donut, we use it for Lethal Company. I don't know. The thing is, like, from what I've seen in the game, like, it looks fun, but I don't know. I don't think it's the type of game for me. It's Blup. Okay. I feel like Violet's gonna be difficult to rank. We'll get to that in a second. All right, yeah. So that's the first four games. They're games that I was playing um prior to 2023, but rolled over into this year. And then the next four games are games that I played for the first time this year, but are older games. And then the entire rest of the list are games that came out this year. All right, so we're gonna get started with the list here. We're gonna start with the games that rolled over from last year. So with World of Warcraft here, I'm gonna just preferably put it in good. Um, it's World of Warcraft. I've been playing WoW for a very very long time, and yeah, like the current expansion is probably one of, like the best expansions that's come out in a long time, and it's just extremely fun. If Modern Warfare 2 gets anything higher, I think you played around 3 to 4 times the games I played this year. Yeah, I played a lot of games this year, and like I'm kind of happy about that. You gonna send a rotten mango to my house? Don't do that, please. But yeah, so like WoW, like I've always liked playing WoW. Like even during like the expansions that are considered not as good. Um, yeah, I really don't have too much to say about it. It's just fun. Um, I think this is probably one of the first expansions that I played like fully through for the entire life cycle of the expansion. So I have taken a couple of the past weeks off from playing it, but I've been playing it for like the majority of the year. So that gets a solid A tier for me. I think that did pretty good. Um, for Modern Warfare 2, I'm gonna put it uh honestly I'm gonna put it C. Um, it's Modern Warfare 2. It had its problems, like the biggest one being the perk system and how awful that was. But in terms of maps, it wasn't bad. In terms of the amount of content we got, it wasn't bad. Um, I actually really liked the weapon progression in I actually really liked the weapon progression in Modern Warfare 2, which obviously carried over into Modern Warfare 3. I like the weapon trees and all that kind of stuff. Um, they really simplified the camo challenges, like probably a little bit too much, but I do like the whole idea of like universal camos and all that, and like the sheer number of camos um that they added to the game. I'm trying to think what else about Modern Warfare 2. um let's see. The weapon progression felt so slow compared to Modern Warfare 2019. That's interesting. Yeah, because basically compared to I played a few S&D nights, me and the gang of Modern Warfare 2 sometimes. Yes, he did. We're gonna put Modern Warfare 3 into B or low A. Interesting. Farming Team was the best map of the beta. Yeah, I'd say so. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to remember what else. Oh yeah. So with weapon progression, um, basically all the weapon levels were basically like a fifth of what they were um in the previous game. So in Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War and Vanguard, like some of the weapons went up to like 70, like I I, I think maybe 80-ish levels. But in Modern Warfare 2, they basically made it like a fifth the amount. So like the max level you could really get is like maybe 30 at most. Um, so I thought that was really nice. I actually felt the weapon progression was really good. So yeah, and that also carried over into Modern Warfare 3, which I liked. Curious to see where Mirage is gonna go. Uh, yeah, we'll get to Mirage. yeah, like the M4 model for 2019 was the highest you could get. Was like the highest weapon level thing I think we've ever seen ever. First you was sliding, dolphin diving, ledge hanging, and swimming all in the same multiplayer. Yes, it was. Yeah, like obviously Modern Warfare 2 had its issues, but like the biggest thing holding it back was definitely the perk system, and it was super limiting. Um, Modern Warfare 2 is miles ahead of Modern Warfare 3 in my opinion. Hate the movement personally. The only good part of Modern Warfare 3 is zombies. Um, I think Modern Warfare 3 has more going for it than just zombies, but yeah, I'll get to Modern Warfare 3 last because that's gonna be the big one out of everything on this list. All right, Destiny 2. I don't know if Jake is gonna show up here, but I'm just gonna put the bad. It's very bad. The thing is, like it's also just based on how I play the game. Like I don't like running dungeons and raids in Destiny. Like I don't mind doing it in WoW, but in Destiny I just don't like um I don't like doing like dungeons and raids in that game. So that like basically most of the content that I get that I end up playing is the story stuff, which is really kind of bad and boring. Um, because I started playing Destiny pretty much in December a year ago. Um, so yeah, so I basically been playing Destiny like regularly for about a year now, and when Jake took me through, so stasis is one of the subclasses you can get for your characters, and when Jake was taking me through the stasis quest line on Europa, it was basically just running back and forth like to the same waypoints over and over and over again. Like it was so bad. Like it wasn't fun. like it is fun like playing with Jake. Obviously, like it's fun like playing a game with someone else. But like the actual gameplay itself, I really don't like. Like it does have like some really cool, nice things though. Um, I feel like the some of the monetization is good. More so how it handles the engrams and all that, which is basically that game's version of supply drops. Um, so basically you get these these engrams, which yeah, you get these supply drops as you progress the game's battle pass, which lets you unlock a whole bunch of store items. Yeah, just items directly from the store. So I do like how that's handled. Um, but the actual store items themselves are very expensive, which I'm not a huge fan of. But I do like how they handle their engrams and all that. And also one of the game modes, Gambit, is conceptually a really cool mode, but in practice it's just like really bad because it's so reliant on other people. Because basically what that mode is, it's sort of like a mix between PVE and PvP. Because basically you collect these motes by killing enemies and deposit them into like a bank. And once you get up to a certain point, you get you have to kill a boss like before the other team. But throughout the match, you can invade the other side, like the other team, and if you kill the other team's players, then you basically set them back a little bit. Like conceptually, it's a really cool idea, but in practice, like on it's so reliant on your other teammates that it just doesn't work. Yeah, like that's one of like the better things with one of better ish things with Destiny, but as a whole, I play it just to hang out with Jake. I don't really like the game very much. Um, why are we talking about Gambit? Because Gambit is conceptually a good mode, but it just doesn't work well. um, Is Destiny 2 new player friendly story wise? Um, Not really. It's very confusing. There's a lot of made up names that are very alien. Well, like obviously they have to be alien sounding, so like you can't remember any of them. Um, yeah, it's very hard to follow what's going on if you haven't played. like, like especially if you haven't played early on, like because some of the story carries over from the original Destiny, plus all like the really old stuff that happened from like much earlier on in Destiny 2's life cycle, because the game's been out for a very long time. But yeah, that's Destiny. Not a huge fan. All right, Pokemon. Uh, like Destiny 2 Forsaken a little bit, mainly for Cade. Well, I've got news for you. He's spoilers. He's coming back because uh they couldn't keep a dead character dead for some reason. Um, yeah. All right, Pokemon. Surprising thing. Gonna put it in A. Um, yeah, the games are an absolute like buggy mess. The graphics really suck. Um, the performance is really bad. But so first off, with all like the bugs and like weird glitches and all that, I never got any of them. I never got any of the really bad like bugs and all that. Um, I like really the biggest issue that I had with Scarlet and Violet was the performance issues and like a couple crashes when I played it. That's it. That's all I got. So in terms of that stuff, like yeah, the frame rate could have been better. It's like yeah, like the graphics could have been a little bit better, or graphics could have been a lot better. But like that was really the extent of my issues with the game. Um, the story was actually really well done. I thought from like especially for Pokemon games because like it's not really much story going on. Um, but so basically how the game works is that there's three main storylines of the base game. Um, Old Pokemon's better than new Pokemon in some ways. In some ways. Um, oh God, what was I saying? Yeah, so there's basically three main stories in Scarlet and Violet that you can go on, which is a little bit different than the other games. So one of the stories is like the basic like the general like gym challenge and all that. Another one is working with this guy Arvin to basically help uh, heal one of his Pokemon, which is sick. And then the other one is working to take out like the evil quote unquote evil team of the game. And like the the two what would be considered side stories were so much more interesting than the actual gym challenge, which I thought was really cool. Um, like the gym challenge was fine and everything, but like the other two storylines I thought were very good. And then the post game was really solid, which I won't spoil. I thought they handled that super well. Um, and then with the two DLCs that came out, the newest one actually came out earlier this month. The first DLC I thought was pretty good. They introduced two new characters, a couple new Pokemon. Um, you were so in the first DLC, you basically treated one of the new characters like garbage for no reason, which I didn't like. I like granted it's a Pokemon game, but I kind of wish you had some choice with it because I wanted to treat that person nicely, but you just couldn't. And then in the second DLC, because like the DLCs are connected, um basically the person that you treated poorly is on his like villain arc, and then you have to deal with him. So I thought Scarlet and Violet's fun. I think they're good games. Because like they're probably the closest we've gotten to what everyone's wanted with Pokemon for a very long time. Like obviously it can be a lot better. Um, and I do kind of wish they kept a couple things from Legends Arceus, but like overall I think Scarlet and Violet was very, very good. Uh you hate Team Star, not gonna lie. The things I thought the premise behind it was interesting. Um the thing is like the leaders of Team Star were kind of weird, but like the whole like story behind them and like why they got kicked out of the school, I actually thought that was an interesting take on it. I have no idea what the majority of these games are. Well, we'll be getting to the rest of them pretty soon. Let's see. Fallout New Vegas would never crash. Well, it's a shame we're not talking about Fallout New Vegas. All right. Um, so Sekiro, we're gonna put it as great. Um, Sekiro is a very good game. I did not beat it, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for. Oh, you're heading out, Poise. Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. So Sekiro, I did not beat the game. I played it all the way back in January. Um, but yeah, I did not beat the game. If I did, I probably would put it in S plus tier. But yeah, Sekiro is a very good game. Especially after playing through all the Dark Souls games and through Elden Ring with Jake and Boom. Playing through Sekiro solo and actually being able to get as far as I did and beating the boss that I beat during the last stream that I did. It was very satisfying to do that. Um, so yeah, I'm sort of like a quarter into the way like into working on my video from this. Um, any games that came out this year that you wanted to play but didn't? Um, I'm trying to think. Uh, Honestly, like not really. Uh, like Spider-Man maybe. But the thing is, I played the first Spider-Man. Like it was a good game. Like I wasn't really itching for any more. So like I can't even really say Spider-Man 2. Um, yeah, like the things like I was very fortunate this year because like with me working over the past like 2.5 years, like I've been saving up money and like I just kind of treated myself this year with games. So yeah, that's why there's so many on here. Yeah, in terms of games that I wanted to play but didn't, I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Like these were all games that I've sort of had my eye on for, or most of them were games that I've been looking at for a while. Yeah, great. I'll have to do that. But yeah, so with Sekiro, obviously I did finish it. And but the thing is, I think where I ended was a good place of like a self validation thing. For the like for my own skill at video games. So that's why I'm ranking it that high. And in terms of just how the game worked and like the strategy of it, I thought it was very good. I also like the theming of it, which is nice. And that's pretty much all I could really say. Um, yeah. Moving on to the next game, Rhythm Doctor. Um, so Poise left, but if he was still here, he would remember this game. I streamed this game earlier on in the year. It's a rhythm game um, that gets very crazy. Is Sekiro better than Ghost of Tsushima? Um, in terms of what I enjoy, I would say no. Um, I generally like more. Um, like open world like narrative like games much more. So Ghost of Tsushima is more my style. Um, but that like obviously that's not saying Sekiro is bad. I just Ghost of Tsushima is more like my thing. You should stream it again sometime. Sekiro or Rhythm Doctor. Was Days Gone in this playlist? I didn't play it. If it's not on this list, I didn't play it either. Sekiro, no, I'm done with Sekiro. That's like I think I ended at a satisfying place, so I'm not gonna pick it up again. Because also it's been almost like an entire year since I've touched it, so I'm not gonna remember any of the controls. Um, and Rhythm Doctor, I might go back to it. Um, I might go back to it later at some point. We'll see. Was there a new Assassin's Creed game this year? This year, yes. Mirage came out this year, and then next year, I think the big Japan game is coming out next year, so that'll be exciting. Yeah, we'll get to these later. We're going in order. But yeah, so Rhythm Doctor, it's a rhythm game where basically the whole premise is that like oh they're incorporating this new like technology into medicine to treat patients where you basically sync up with the patient's heartbeat and all that. Um, without spoiling like the cool things in the game, um, the the rhythms get very complicated and some crazy things happen. Uh, that is very fun. If you want, you can probably try to find the stream that I did of it if you want to watch and get an idea of what the game is. But honestly, I'm gonna put Rhythm Doctor as a great game. Like for what it is, it's so good. It's honestly like amazing. Like what that game like ended up being. And it's still I think technically in early access. So like there's still more that's gonna get added to it. Um, But yeah, cause even now, like some of the songs from Rhythm Doctor, I have them in like a in a gaming music playlist that I listen to every once in a while. Like the music's really good, the actual gameplay is really fun, and like it's very challenging. So yeah, it gets into the S tier with Sekiro. Make me sad beat Sekiro? No, because I like being happy. Because like okay, my reasoning for not continuing with Sekiro was that I felt that if I kept like forcing myself to play the game past the point where I was just like overly frustrated or like generally getting like like really mad at the game, I don't think I would have ranked it as high as I did. Um, I think my view of Sekiro would have gone down the longer I played Sekiro. So I think I ended at a good spot. Did you ever listen to Sonic Frontiers music? I haven't actually. I should give some of that a listen. My gaming music playlist is kind of small, so I'm trying to build it up a little bit. You've been incredibly generous to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like the thing is, like at its core, like it's they're not bad games. Like in terms of like the story, it's not bad. The post game wasn't bad. Um, it basically like bugs and like other issues aside, it did what people wanted like for years. It just obviously it can be better and better optimized for the platform it's on. But like in terms of bugs and issues and all that, I didn't really get anything besides performance issues and a couple crashes. Like that was the extent of my problems with the game. And like obvious like graphical things, but like I'm personally more lenient on it because the gameplay is more important to me. Um, and the gameplay was really good. Uh, you still need to see if Jason can solo Grasps of Avarice. I have no idea what that is, but I'm probably not going to to do that. If I get a Switch, I'll be sure to try out that Pokemon. Yeah, the thing is, for the Switch, like honestly, I would recommend most of the Switch Pokemon games. Like they're actually not as bad as people say they are. Um, right? Because the first one that was on the Switch, I think, was Sword and Shield. Like Sword and Shield isn't on like honestly isn't that bad. Like the story kind of sucks, but in terms of actual like gameplay and all that, like I don't think it's that bad of a game. Um, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they're fine. They're basically like Pokemon Go, but like on Switch, kind of. Um, they're fine. I actually got Dylan that game for him to play with his kids. So that was nice. He was telling me that he's been enjoying playing that. Um, Legends Arceus is very good. And I personally think Scarlet and Violet's very good. So like performance issues aside, the games are pretty good. All right, I'll take a sip of my drink. Okay. Next game, Super Auto Pets. Uh, this game, um, I'm honestly, it's a great game. It's basically so it's a roguelike deck building auto battler. That's basically what the game is. So basically, you have all these different animals with unique abilities, and you basically just fight another team of people who have their own team of animals. And then you basically just fight them against each other, and then you just see who wins. Like it's such a fun game. Like I can't even explain like properly like how good um like okay, I can't properly explain what makes the game so good. It's just really addicting. Like it doesn't waste your time with like really long like loading screens. Like oh, it's like it takes like forever to do things. Like no, it doesn't do that like at all. So like if you end up losing, you can just get back right into another round like almost immediately. So like you can just kill hours just playing the game. Yeah, because I also did a stream of Super Auto Pets earlier this year. If you're interested in looking at it and seeing what it's all about. But yeah, I would highly recommend Super Auto Pets. It's very very fun. Um, yeah. Next game, Door Kickers 2. I'm gonna put that in A tier. Um, so Door Kickers. This is a super like obscure game. Which platform is that on? Super Auto Pets is on it's on PC. It's on Steam, and it's a very small game. It doesn't really require a lot. It like I think it does cost a little bit, but it's fairly cheap compared to like typical games. Like I don't think it's any more than like $10. Yeah. Next game, Door Kickers 2. This game is kind of obscure. Um, it's a top-down tactical um like milsim game kind of. So basically, like the whole point of this game is that you control a unit of like like you basically control like a military unit and have them navigate through buildings and apartments and compounds and all that to to either like kill all the hostiles, rescue hostages, like defuse like bombs and all that. Like it's really cool. Like my explanation isn't doing it justice. Can help for the stream. Keep the great work. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Um, I would recommend looking up videos for this game. It's called Door Kickers 2. Um, to like really get a sense of what the game's about. But I Ready or Not style, kind of. It's basically like a top down version of Ready or Not. I don't know too much about Ready or Not, but it's a similar type of idea. It's just like a top-down, like a strategy thing. Um, yeah, like hold on. Actually, what I can do, we're going to do a quick diversion. Just give me 1 second here. Let me do that. Let me hide this for a second. I'm actually going to load up Door Kickers too.
Eyes on the target.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to display capture. Yeah, let's do that. All right, Door Kickers 2. Cool. I'm gonna show you a quick level from this. It's really cool. Transform. Hit screen. Okay, widescreen. Oh yeah, so it's a tactical top-down military shooter thing. I'll do a custom thing. Yeah, so you can make custom or generate custom missions. So I'll do it easy mode, apartments, clear hostiles, MC, sure. Yeah, so basically you have control over a unit of military people. You get to customize their kits and everything. You get to get the flashbangs, some breaching charges, all that kind of stuff. Give them armor. You get to choose their weapons with certain attachments. And basically the whole point of the game is that you basically infiltrate a building and just clear it out. It's super tactical. So hold on, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna turn off the go silent thing. It's like I've been wanting to show off this game for a little bit, but I just haven't really had the time to. Alright, so this guy is gonna go here. This guy's going to go this way and look here. This guy's gonna look over there. This guy's going to come and actually no, it's going to come look straight ahead. But yeah, so basically you can stop and start time in order to properly strategize the route you want to take for this breach. So I'm gonna unpause. I'm gonna go into position. Pause. I'm gonna have this guy push open the door. There we go. Alright, so we can see that this door is closed, so we can go in. So I'm going to keep my eye over here while I go in. This guy, I want... keep an eye on that door. This guy, once he gets here, keep an eye on that door while he rolls around. And this guy, just stay in the doorway looking that way. Right, and then I want this guy up here. Push open this door. Oh! Yep, and then the suicide bomb. That's...
They're here!
That's super cool. Alright, that's not great. Okay, actually, this is open now. God damn it. Okay. I'm gonna go this way and make sure there's no one in here. Oh! Well, God, okay. Well, that's everyone. Yeah, so that didn't work out anywhere near how I expected to, but the whole point is to go into the building, make sure everything's clear, and then just clear out the objectives. Yes, that's Door Kickers. It's a super cool game. Yep, so that's that. Door Kickers is very cool. Widescreen, there we go. Yeah, so that's Door Kickers, which is super fun. Age of Empires, it's... I played it a little bit earlier this year. Like RTS games, how much is it? Uh, I don't know. Hold on. Um, Steam. Pull this up over here. Door kickers. Oh, Door Kickers is actually on sale right now, I think. Is it on sale? Oh wait, no. Okay, the bundle is on sale. Door Kickers right now is on sale for 22.50. Yeah, it's on Steam. Yeah, and then honestly, okay, let me pull up Rhythm Doctor also. Rhythm Doctor is 14.40 right now. Normally it's $16. And then let me look up Super Auto Pets. Oh, Super Auto Pets is free. Okay, yeah. So Super Auto Pets is free. Door Kickers is like 20 something dollars. And then what was I talking about? Rhythm Doctor is like 14 $15 on Steam. Yeah. So Age of Empires 2, I played it a little bit earlier this year. RTS games really aren't my thing. But I got convinced to play it by Boom. So I played a couple rounds um, where me and Dylan were teaming up against Boom and Kyle, and unfortunately Dylan died almost immediately. So it was just me and Kyle fighting against Boom. Like it was fine. Like it's not my type of game, so it's just getting like an okay. Like it's like I'm sure it is good. Like I've heard very good things about Age of Empires 2, like the original, because it's the remaster. But I don't know. I'm not very good at RTS games. Um, all right, Hogwarts Legacy, S tier. It's very very good. Um, yeah, the world is huge. The world's very pretty. Um, the combat is fun. The story was good. I think up until like the last little bit. Um, I liked all the characters. The characters were handled very well. Um, like basically, it's my like perfect style of open world game where like it's a little bit handholdy, but also gives you the freedom to actually find like actual secrets, which is nice. Um, yeah, and after playing the game, I binge watched the all the Harry Potter movies over a weekend. So it did a very good job at getting me actually into Harry Potter after like not really being super interested in the series like for my entire life beforehand. Um, yeah, I do kind of wish there was the like a sort of notoriety um system like in the game, because like I saw that it was like data mined at or like leaked at one point that like it was supposed to be in there, but like it makes sense that it's not. But I thought Hogwarts Legacy was a really really good game that people just missed out on because they wanted to um I don't know. They hated um a British woman too much. That's basically what it comes down to. Like they disliked what a British woman said that they have zero relationship to whatsoever. They didn't like what she said so much that they just didn't want to buy the game. And it's honestly their loss for missing out on something that was so well made and clearly made with like love and appreciation. Yeah, it's like it's very clear that the people who made Hogwarts Legacy, like really love the world of Harry Potter. Like, God, it's such a good game. All right, next game. Jedi Survivor. I'm gonna put that as an A. Jedi Survivor was I really enjoyed the game. Um, there were a couple of things that were kind of holdovers from um, what was it? What was the first game called? Um, Fallen Order, from Fallen Order. So the hollow map thing, I hated. It's such an awful map system. It's supposed to be fancy, but it's just a pain in the ass to navigate. So I didn't like that carried over. I liked all the different stances that they added, even though I basically stuck with dual wield and the pistol stance the entire time. Um, I thought the story was really good. Um, Although they could have leaned into certain parts a little bit more, which would have made things very interesting. But I liked how they introduced some of the High Republic stuff um, into Jedi Survivor, which was kind of cool. Um, yeah, like the combat was fun. The game ran very smooth. The boss battles were difficult, but not like ridiculously like stupid. Um, yeah, like it was just a very good game. I did kind of wish there would have been more planets though, but the ones we did get were very pretty. So I actually have a good amount of screenshots from photo mode that I took in Jedi Survivor, and pretty much every single one of them looked really nice. All right, next, um, Tears of the Kingdom. I'll give that an A, I guess. So it's kind of weird ranking Tears of the Kingdom because I really didn't like Breath of the Wild like at all. Because like the biggest thing for me was the weapon durability, which I had zero issue with in Tears of the Kingdom, just because you can fuse the weapons together. But I still ran into the issue where um like when I did actually have weapons, I didn't want to use them. Haven't played any of the new Zelda games. Heard they're good though. Yeah, both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are considered like probably like some like the best Legend of Zelda games, but they're very different. Uh, Tears had some puzzles that infuriated me. Yeah, some of the puzzles were kind of a pain. Um, but yeah, like because I was sort of running into the opposite problem in Tears of the Kingdom, where like instead of like not having any weapons to use, I had too many weapons to use, but I never wanted to use them in just general like open world combat because why would I waste my good weapons on these super random uh bokoblins that are just walking around? Um, I don't know. I thought that was just a waste. Um, which is honestly kind of like a major flaw of Tears of the Kingdom, or just like the that style of Zelda game because like the combat system is good. It's just the entire game's design basically is telling you like don't get into combat. It's just like completely avoid combat altogether. So I don't know. It's weird. The like the general gameplay though was fun. It was fun exploring. It was fun solving the problems and or the puzzles, going into the different shrines and all that. Um, I built myself a house in Tears of the Kingdom, and I actually thought the story was very well done. The ending actually did make me a little bit emotional, which was nice. Um, yeah, like it's a good game. It's just like there's still I still think there's some like issues with the Breath of the Wild, like Tears of the Kingdom, like game design. But I didn't have as many problems as I did with Breath of the Wild, so Tears of the Kingdom gets a solid A. Uh, had to go for a few minutes when I'm back. Hogwarts Legacy drama was sad. Um, cool to see that the game came out on top. Yeah, because I think as of right now, like like assuming nothing happens in the next couple of days, um, Hogwarts Legacy is gonna be like the top selling game of the year. Like partially because of the hate buying and all that, just to spite all the J.K. Rowling haters. But yeah, like it's still like extremely impressive. And also like what might be helping Hogwarts Legacy is the like the very staggered launches between platforms. So on um on PS5, Xbox Series S and X and PC, those came out first. Then like months later they released it on last gen consoles, and then months later after that they released it on the Switch. So like the staggered launch I think helped with that, but also it's probably due to a lot of like the spiteful buying of the game. But yeah, it'll be a an interesting thing to see when we see the list of most selling games, or like the most sold games per year. Because it's gonna be like either Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Rockstar game, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, and then Hogwarts Legacy, which is cool. The performance was horrific at launch, but they patched it. The thing is, I didn't have performance issues on Xbox. I think most of the performance issues were on PC, but those got fixed pretty quick. Um, I think they added Quidditch. Did they? I heard that they were making a separate Quidditch game because I think what I read was that like if like Hogwarts Legacy was good on its own, but for people who wanted a Quidditch game, they they wanted to make a separate one to give it like everything that like a Quidditch game like should have. So I guess they didn't want to like oversaturate Hogwarts Legacy, but also it's probably like an easy cash grab to just separate Quidditch into like its own like fully fledged game. But I wouldn't be getting that, but yeah, I thought Hogwarts Legacy was extremely fun, and it's my type of open world game. Uh, I saw an ad the game on Steam. That might have been a separate thing. Okay. All right. Next one. Diablo 4. I'm just gonna put that in like average, I guess. Actually, no. I put meh, the meh tier. I played the first season of Diablo 4. Like it's nothing special. It's fine. Gonna go for dinner. Have a good stream. Well, thanks for stopping by, Green Patriot. For both streams. Thank you. But yeah, I played the first season of Diablo 4. I was hoping that some other people would play it, so I would have people to play it with, but that didn't happen. So, like, I'm sure the game's a lot more fun to play with other people, but just by playing it solo, like, I thought it was fine. Like, it's nothing special. Um, there's also a lot of issues surrounding the game now with like monetization and all that kind of stuff. So, I've been staying away from that. It's like honestly, probably the game on this list that like if I could refund it, I would probably would be Diablo 4. And it's still getting like a meh thing. Um yeah, like Diablo 4 still gets it's fine, I guess. Um you see Ackman's Diablo 4 review? I don't watch Ackman. It's I don't know what it is. But like I watched I think the only Ackman video that I watched was his like Dark Souls like easy mode like video, and I thought it was I thought it was very poorly thought out and extremely like closed-minded and short-sighted. Like I didn't like how he presented his point of view in that like at all. Because basically like for someone who I would assume is like very invested in the games that he plays, like he didn't really think outside the box at all, and it looked like he was just trying to like just like ride the tailcoats of like the anti easy mode people. Yeah, like I didn't think Actman did a very good job like at all uh with his Dark Souls easy mode video. So I just didn't really have an uh sometimes I feel he's extremely casual. No, but the thing is he was defending not having an easy mode. That's the thing. But the thing is his reasoning for defending not having an easy mode was really poor. Like I don't know. It seemed like he didn't put much thought into it, or even like try to propose any possible solution that would work. I don't know. I didn't like how he presented himself in that video, and I just didn't watch anything like since. Um, I don't know. That might be a little bit unfair for me, but I just don't really have any interest to watch any of his stuff. But yeah, Diablo 4 has its problems going on right now, and if I were to refund a game, it would probably be this one. Because Age of Empires 2, I got this from Game Pass, um, and then the rest of these I bought on my own. Okay. Um, Baldur's Gate S tier, S plus. I think it's gonna be the only S plus. um, yeah. So I am currently on my simultaneously on my third and fourth playthrough of the game. Um, because I am currently in a playthrough with Jake at the moment, and I started up a playthrough a couple days ago where it's me, Jake, and Boom, and we've been playing through Baldur's Gate. So with me playing games, I almost never revisit them, but every single time I started a new playthrough in Baldur's Gate, I discover something new, or see something I've never seen before, which is just amazing. Because like everyone makes decisions differently. So the thing is like basically like the fact that Baldur's Gate is able to exist is honestly like a miracle because all the different decisions you make throughout the game matter, and you make a ton of decisions throughout the games. Like from like almost every single dialogue choice you make impacts something, which is just insane. And the fact that the game has to keep track of all that um, throughout all three acts of the game is just amazing. Um, yes, it is a D&D styled game. Um, and also, so part of the reason why I like it is because I wanted to get into D&D for like a really long time. But I just didn't really have the time to like sit down and have like a full on like session for it. But having just Baldur's Gate just to play on my own time was really nice. And also I just like the aesthetic and the theming of the game because like I'm super into sort of like medieval style theming, um, just in general, which is partially why I like World of Warcraft so much. Um, hey, welcome back, empathetic. Yeah, it's just like the hardest part of Baldur's Gate um is probably understanding the D&D rules that carry over. Um yeah, cuz it doesn't take every single like rule from D&D, but it takes a good amount, and actually understanding how just the game works is difficult, but once you get used to it, it's a very fun game. Um, it's yeah, cause like the story is done very well. The character like the actual like main character companions that you get are really well written. Um, the combat and like all like the weird like min maxing and all like the spell combinations and like attack combinations you can do. Like it's super fun to play around with. And like I'm normally not the type of person to do that, but I do that in Baldur's Gate. Where like, I actually mess around with my person to play around with different combinations of stuff. Like I normally don't do that in games. And if Jake was here, he would tell you that, especially in Destiny. I just pick one thing that works and then just stick with it and hope that it works for everything. I don't do that with Baldur's Gate. So it's a very very good game. I would highly recommend um, picking up the game because it's on all platforms now. So it recently got released on Xbox. So it is now officially everywhere, and I think it's very very worth it. Okay, next, uh, the X Defiant beta. Honestly, um, hmm, you know what? I'll say B plus. I'll say B plus. Um, I was pleasantly surprised with the X Defiant beta. Um, because basically like when X Defiant was first announced, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like really stupid and it's gonna be dumb. And all the gameplay that I saw were like the super like movement people, um, like the super movement people, just basically acting like maniacs in the game, but actually getting my hands on the beta and playing it myself. Like obviously there's some like hit detection issues and all that kind of stuff and some performance problems, but I was pleasantly surprised with how the game felt. And honestly, with the abilities that they had in yeah, with the like I guess like their game's version of specialist abilities that they had in the game, I think they like out of all of them, there were only two abilities that were lethal. So like honestly, if they just get rid of those two abilities and replace them with two non-lethal ones, I think the game could be very very good. Um, yeah, because they're so close to having everything being non-lethal abilities anyway. So like, might as well just get rid of those last two and just have everything be have all the abilities be non-lethal at that point. But yeah, like I was very pleasantly surprised with X Defiant. Because the from what I remember, the created class wasn't too bad. Like it wasn't awfully complex. It wasn't like super simple either. It was fine. Um, the maps that were there were fine from what I played. Um, yeah, I thought it was good. And then there's all like you're anticipating the full release. Yeah, because I remember when like the game just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. Like people were like really panicking, and I was like, it really doesn't matter because like the people who are gonna play it are gonna play it because like your initial player counts don't matter. Like what matters is who stays after because like people are gonna hop on and then just like drop off afterwards, and then like you're gonna have a steady like consistent player base after that. That's gonna be just lower than where you started. Like that's just gonna happen. Favorite map? I do not remember the maps, but from what I remember playing, like they felt fine. Uh, the city with the apartments, I think I played on that one once. Like it felt kind of weird, but it was only my first time playing it, so I don't know. Um, yeah, I was surprised with X Defiant because like if I hadn't played it and was just going by what I saw, I probably would have put it C. But actually getting my hands on it is enough to put it into B, and then maybe once the full game releases, maybe A minus. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Mirage, is Alistair still here? Whoops. Is Alistair still here to see where I put this? I'm just gonna take a quick drink. Yes, okay. I'm going to put Mirage at just a regular B. So I am actually going to rank the X-Defiant Beta over Mirage. So like with Mirage, I thought it was fine. Like I enjoyed playing through it. Um I thought the story was mediocre. Um which is kind of disappointing since I kind of liked Basim in Valhalla. Uh I didn't buy Diablo 4 yet. It's even title money when it came out. Yeah, I don't even think it's really worth getting. Yeah, cause like Diablo's probably much more fun with friends, but like there's a lot of like monetization, like drama. Um, oh, my uncle just texted me. I guess he's watching the stream. When you rate Super Smash Bros. Um, actually, I did play Smash this year at work for a tournament, like a little like tournament for a parking spot. Um, I'd probably say C just because I'm bad. I'm very bad at it. Yeah, so extra spot for Smash Bros in C just because I'm not good at it. Yeah, so Mirage is at B, like the story was kind of okay. Um the the world was okay. Um the the parkour and like movement and all that, like it's fine. It's basically like the same as like Valhalla, like Odyssey and Origins, but just a little bit faster. Um I don't know. It's fine for what it was. Like it was closer to like the older games, but also not. Like it's just fine. Like it's a okay Assassin's Creed game. It wasn't anything super special. And also with Basim's like chain assassination ability, like the teleport thing, it basically just trivialized fights. Like it was fun, but it's also kind of stupid. Um, I don't know. There isn't really much to say about Mirage, like just because of like how like average it was. Like it wasn't super great. It wasn't super bad. It just was a thing. Um, yeah, that's really all I have to say about Mirage. Like it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah. What was it? Since I brought up Smash, I guess I did also play Mario Kart. Um, at work for a tournament for a parking spot. Um, I'll put it I'll put it at maybe like a B because I'm also kind of bad. um, yeah, yeah, I'll put Mario Kart at a B because I accidentally green shelled myself right at the end of a race, and which caused me to lose when I was in first place. So, um, yeah, because I didn't know the because I normally don't play games other than Pokemon like on the Switch. So like I don't really play Mario Kart games. I don't really play Smash. Like it's really just Pokemon, and then this year Tears of the Kingdom. That's pretty much it. Like for me on the Switch. So I didn't know the controls for for Mario Kart. So I didn't know that to keep like holding items behind you, you had to hold the button. So I put the green shell behind me to block stuff. Um but I didn't realize that when I let go of the bumper, it just throws the shell. I thought it would have just stayed there. So I basically just green shelled myself right at the end of the race, and it caused me to lose while I was in first place. So I could have progressed further in that tournament, but I didn't because I green shelled myself. But yeah. So those are two bonus games for the for the tier list. Um, to be fair, I don't think it counts as mainline. I don't know, like even if Mirage was a mainline game, like yes, it was short. Um, uh, yeah, it which Mario Kart? Mario Kart 8. So the most recent one, which is actually kind of old. Um, what am I? Yeah, I don't know, because basically if they expanded the what was it? If they expanded Mirage into like a full length game with like the same mechanics and everything, I don't think I would rate it any different. It's just it's just average. It's fine. 8 Deluxe. Okay. Oh god, my aunt and uncle are watching the stream. Oh god. Uh, think of Overwatch. Um, I actually haven't played Overwatch much. I played it a couple times. Um, yeah, I played it a couple times because my friends were trying to get me into it, but it wasn't really for me. So I'll probably just say like B, I guess. So I think I played as Soldier 76. I think that's what the character was. Which I'm pretty sure is like the easy mode character. So I played as Soldier 76, and I did okay. Have you played Mario Kart Wii? Um, I don't think I did. 'Cause I distinctly remember playing Double Dash, which was GameCube, and then I didn't really play. Uh, I didn't really play really any Mario games like at all. Um, since like besides like Mario Party and stuff like that, but that like barely counts. All right. Okay. I'm renaming F tier to like vomit tier. Um, just for the memes, Starfield goes in vomit tier because it didn't have an FOV slider, and I almost like threw up playing it. The big like the at least during the time when I was playing it, there wasn't an FOV slider. I think they added one now, but like I've never gotten like motion sick playing a video game before until Starfield, and like I actually felt like genuinely sick playing the game because like playing Bethesda games in third person just doesn't really feel good. So like first person is really the only option you have, and it just made me want to puke when I actually wanted to play the game. Just because I was so like zoomed in. So so for the memes, Starfield goes in the vomit tier because I almost actually threw up playing the game. But yeah, I also got to a point where I accidentally shot a friendly ship and got a bounty, and I couldn't figure out where to get rid of the bounty. So every single planet that I went to, I just got attacked by the whatever the police organization in the game is. I completely forget what the main like group is called, but yeah. So pretty much every single planet that I went to after accidentally shooting that one ship, um, got me like attacked, and I just couldn't survive um like anything. So I just put down the game after not being able to really travel anywhere peacefully, and so basically every time I respawned, I was basically in like a respawning like death loop. So that wasn't fun. And then also, like at the same time, feeling like I had to throw up. It wasn't a great experience. It's like I'm sure Starfield is actually a good game. Like I have heard people say good things about it, but like just despite like its other like issues and all that, like I felt sick playing the game. So I didn't play it for more than like a couple hours. Yeah. Wild card here. UFC 5. Something very different. It's the fighting game, obviously. Um, it's a thing that I play every once in a while. It's like just to change it up a little bit. Like it's fine. It's average. Like it's nothing special. It's it's a fighting game where you punch people in the face. It's a fighting game. I don't know. Yes, it is the Requise game. Yeah. I don't play online because I'm very bad. So I basically just spend my time whenever I do play just beating up AI, like the computer. It's fine. Like I play it enough where like I can justify the money I spent on it. Um, yeah, it's a fighting game. It's nothing crazy. All right, and then Modern Warfare 3, current Call of Duty. Oh wait, hold on. What is this? Uh, the problem with Modern Warfare 22. Okay, so Modern Warfare 2, is that they focus too much on being a platform than being a multiplayer focused game. Uh, what do you mean by that? Because like, yeah, they're like pretty much ever since like Warzone was a thing that they haven't really focused as much on multiplayer, but yeah, they didn't do a really good job with treating multiplayer super well in Modern Warfare 2, but yeah, I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Dalbert. Okay, with Modern Warfare 3, I'm probably gonna put it um top of B for now, because it's still like not even like a quarter of the way through its life cycle yet. It's only been out for like, was it like not even like a month and a half? So it's still very early. I think there's potential with Modern Warfare 3. Um, like especially with the carry forward stuff. Like there's so like for people like Jake who skipped out on Modern Warfare 2. There's a ton of stuff you can do in Modern Warfare 3, with all the carryover or carry forward stuff. So there's a ton of content. They're going to be adding all the Modern Warfare 2 maps back in, so that's going to double the map pool. Plus, they're going to be adding like guaranteed like brand new maps. Like there's going to be a lot of stuff in the game, so I think it's fine. Um, the creator class is pretty much unchanged except for the perks, which is better than Modern Warfare 2, but I still think is not super great. Um, yeah, I still think the gear system that they have is too limiting, and some of the choices that they made with that were a little confusing and weird. They removed the Modern Warfare 2 maps a little while ago. Did they? Wait, so that means they took out Shoot House and whatever other maps they added. I don't even remember what the other ones were. Uh, Modern Warfare Modern Warfare 3 should be $30 for those who already own 20 22. I don't know. Like I fully understand the argument for that. But the thing is like by the end of the life cycle, it's going to be way more than worth um, uh, $60-$70. At least I think so. If they keep up, um, if they give what they promise plus a little bit more, I think it'll be way more than worth $70. Right, because you have to think about what you're getting with the with your purchase of the game, right? Because you're gonna be getting all the remade Modern Warfare 2 maps. Well, I guess remade like old and new Modern Warfare 2 maps, right? Because last game was also Modern Warfare 2. So you're getting like the original Modern Warfare 2 remastered maps plus the previous year's Modern Warfare 2 remastered maps. You're going to be getting all of those plus all the brand new stuff that they're adding, plus all the stuff for zombies, um, plus campaign stuff, which I think they might continue with that. I don't know what they're doing with that. Um, Plus all the new weapons and all that kind of stuff. Like I think it's gonna be way more than worth $70. I think that's fine. Like the thing is, like if they were to lower the price for Modern Warfare 3, I think maybe they should have charged like at least $40 for it. To clarify, Modern Warfare 22 has Warzone, DMC, raids, 6v6 multiplayer, and ground war, and all of them have to meet their have their fans to feel like yeah, that's partial that's definitely an issue because especially the past couple years with COD because one of the reasons why I don't like um the gunfight mode like really at all is because for some reason they always want to make unique maps for that. It's like no, just take a small section of a pre-existing map and just make that the gunfight map. Like you don't need to make a completely new thing for that because like with Modern Warfare 2019 you had the you had ground war maps, you had gunfight maps, you had 6v6 maps, plus Warzone. Like what they should have done, which is like kind of what they did for the Warzone map and all that. Like you take the Warzone map, you take smaller sections, make those ground war maps, take a smaller section of that, make that a multiplayer map, and take a smaller section of that and make it a gunfight map. Like I think that's kind of like ridiculous that they decide to make completely original things um for each mode because that's just like a waste of time. COD's at their best when they're focusing on only three main modes. Yeah, I guess. Like the thing is, it is possible to do all those modes, but the thing is, they have to be smart about it. Like they can't like waste resources making original things for a mode that barely anyone plays because that doesn't make any sense. Because whenever they release those roadmaps, what they could do instead of saying like oh two brand new maps for ground war, two brand new maps for multiplayer, two brand new maps for gunfight, whatever, you say we have we have four new maps shared between ground war, um, 6v6 multiplayer and gunfight, because instead of having to waste your time making completely unique maps for everything, make one big map that you can break up into smaller pieces for the smaller modes. Because that saves time, that saves resources, and then you have less to worry about. Gives you more time to do other things. It's just I don't know. It's just really dumb how they do it. I'm not a huge fan of it. Stop the annual releases, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's my tier list. Um, Baldur's Gate S tier, fantastic game. It's so good. Sekiro was good because I quit early. If I played any longer, it would have gone progressively further down the list. Um, Rhythm Doctor is good, and I don't want to spoil why, so you just look it up. Super Auto Pets is free and is very fun and addicting. Hogwarts Legacy was extremely good. Um, World of Warcraft is good. I've been playing it for years. Scarlet and Violet, uh, way better than people give it credit for. Um, Door Kickers 2, super fun and challenging top-down tactical shooter game. Jedi Survivor, very solid, um, very pretty world, and then could have gone a little bit further with some story things, but still it's still good. Tears of the Kingdom, I liked it way better than Breath of the Wild. We talked about Modern Warfare 3. XDefiant was pleasantly surprised. Um, Thought Tears of the Kingdom would be a little higher since it's basically Breath of the Wild, but with Ultra Hand, which gave endless possibilities. But here's the thing: if I were to rate Tears of the Kingdom, I would put it in F tier. Just like just because weapons break, and there's and it didn't have the Ultra Hand ability, so you couldn't just fuse weapons together and then only had like half of it break. Um, the weapon durability system in Tears of the Kingdom completely ruined the game for me. So basically, what Tears of the Kingdom without Ultra Hand would probably be F or D tier for me because that part of the game design really takes away from like why you would want to play that game in the first place, at least in my opinion. Because the thing is, like, okay, yeah, you want to explore and find like really cool rare weapons and all that, but if they break, then what's the point? You're just gonna keep hoarding them and then not use them ever. You're gonna avoid just random combat on like the fields of Hyrule. Why would you get into random combat with the Bokoblin camp when you have just really valuable weapons on you? Like, why would you waste your weapon durability on that? Like, I think it's like very like contradictory design. Like I get what they're going for, but I don't think it meshes very well. Like, but having Ultra Hands like made that problem less severe. So it promotes hoarding and just avoiding general combat, which is honestly a shame because Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom combat is very fun. Yeah, so that's why that's up there. X Defiant, I was pleasantly surprised. Mirage is average. There's really nothing good or really bad to say about it. Um, UFC 5 is a fighting game. You just punch people, whatever. Modern Warfare 2, um, very held back by the perk system. Um, it just was extremely limiting, um, despite their perk system changes. Um, so the perk system changes that they put into Modern Warfare 2 were intended to promote varied play styles, but it just didn't. It basically punished you for no reason, like at the start of matches. Age of Empires 2, I played it like twice. Wasn't bad, but it's not really my style of game. Um, Diablo 4, it's the only game on this list that I would probably want a refund on. Because I played it a little bit. It was fine, but I wish I had actual people to play it with. Um, Destiny 2, I play it to hang out with Jake, and I don't really like the end game content too much because I think it's kind of boring and repetitive. And then I'm not really much of a dungeon and raid person. So the only thing I have left is the story content, which is kind of boring. And then Starfield literally made me feel like I had to throw up because of no FOV slider. So that's a tier list. Agree, disagree, objections. I'll just take a drink. It's been talking for a while. I'm losing my voice. Do you have any new plans for this year YouTube content wise? Um, let's see. In terms of YouTube content, um, I do I do have to finish my Pokemon Nuzlocke. The reason why I haven't continued that yet was because I've been having internet problems, and I got to a point where I was debating to just record myself playing it just on my own time. Um, but I do want to try to stream those, if possible. But like if I really can't and my internet's just not behaving properly, I'm just gonna record it on my own time and make like a a scripted like story of the playthrough. Um, so I do have that planned. I still want to put together a Sekiro video from my playthrough back in January. I still haven't gotten around to that. Um, so those are two things that I really want to do. Because I've been really putting off the Sekiro one just because I can't figure out what I want to do with it. Um, in terms of streaming stuff, um, I felt I streamed a good amount this year. I want to try to keep doing that if my internet allows me to. Um, I do want to try to have the streams be like more interactive because this year one of my big like content creator like inspirations, I mentioned this a lot, but I've been watching a lot of Doug where he does a lot of like just interact like just have like a lot of interaction with like the chat and all that. Like I won't be doing like chat plays things or whatever, but like I do like to like keep everyone like involved and stuff. So it's not just gonna be like me talking at you the entire time, um, which this stream kind of is. But uh, I do because I do like when like everyone's like involved like doing stuff. I think it's more fun that way. And like I've always kind of wanted my streams to be like that, and like Doug is a really good example of like how to do that like extremely well. So I want to try to do some more stuff like that. Um, maybe like branch out like the type of things that I make. Um, because there was the skill based matchmaking video that I was talking about for a little while, where basically I was gonna compare skill based matchmaking to like a ghost or something, and basically use Phasmophobia as like the background for it, and treating skill based matchmaking as a Phasmophobia ghost. Um, so I still want to try to do that, but I'm still trying to figure out how I want to put that together. So in terms of big projects, um those are probably the big ones. I do want to try to um get more like smaller things out, but I want them to feel like worth worthwhile, because like there's certain things that like I rant about on Twitter, and just like a couple other things where it's just like I can sum up my opinion in like two sentences, and that I don't really think that's good enough to justify making a full on video out of it. Um, so like if there's like smaller things like you guys want me to like talk about for videos, like just like let me know, because like I want them to feel like worthwhile, where it's not like, oh, I have like a two sentence like opinion on it, and then it's just like, okay, video's done. It's like, oh yeah, like this thing kind of sucks. Like I would fix it by doing this. Okay, video done. Goodbye. Like I don't know. Like I don't like dragging things out for longer than it needs to, because that's just not like I don't like watching that type of stuff, and I wouldn't want to subject other people to basically me just rambling for like 15 minutes about something that could have been said in like two sentences. Because I'm not a huge fan of that. Um, but yeah, that's I think that's pretty much what I have planned in terms of content. Um, I do want to see if I can try to get Jake a little bit more involved with content creation because I genuinely think he would be very good at it. But because I got him in Elgato like a year or so ago, um, and I don't think he's used it yet. So yeah, because I genuinely think he would be good at like streaming and making YouTube videos. But yeah, it's just him like needing to define the time and like the getting over that like initial like hump just to start doing it. But yeah, uh, honestly, the modern theme shooter is getting more stale. I would be more excited for Advanced Warfare 2. Yeah, and part of that is also that with like the more like modern FPS games, like the one set during like modern-ish times, is that you're very limited by what was it? You're very limited to what already exists with the more futuristic games like on the more extreme end for Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare. Um, like that game has a lot of super creative weapons and like unique ideas for things that we just haven't seen before, just because it has a futuristic setting. So like the devs are able to be a lot more creative with the stuff that they're doing if they decide to go for a more futuristic setting, or if they went the Vanguard route and deviated from whatever their original theming was and just started like to just go crazy with it. I don't know if you saw the Skills matchmaking video I linked to Discord, but I shouted you out when I brought up the graphs as a fun gag. I haven't gotten around to watching that yet, but I'll watch that when I get the chance. Uh, yeah, I think that's pretty much it from me. Um, I think my tier list is pretty solid. With most of these games, the names are already on here. Um, yeah, you can always go back on the stream for the specific Steam games that I pulled up. So that would be Rhythm Doctor, Super Auto Pets, um, Door Kickers. Um, those ones in particular are very fun games. I would highly recommend trying Baldur's Gate and Hogwarts Legacy. Though both of those are very good. Um, and yeah, if you get motion sick, don't play Starfield unless they did add an FOV slider. But oh well. Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm gonna see if Jake is online so I can continue playing Baldur's Gate with him. Um, yeah, thank you all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hope you all have a very happy New Year. I will not be live tomorrow, but I'll try to be live probably next weekend. Um, Probably playing some COD or something. I don't know. I'll figure out something. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate everyone for coming, and hope you all have a happy New Year.